For those of you who don't know, my name is Guy Danhoff, and I'm the Assistant Professor of Health and Sports Sciences, as well as the Graduate Fitness Management Program Coordinator here at Missouri Baptist University. And what I wanted to do today is share my testimony with you. And I know that, believe it or not, after I get done, you'll see that you and I are very much alike. See, for those of you who are seniors in this room, in about 8 weeks, you guys will be beginning a new chapter of your life. And I want to tell you about a time in my life when I was at the apex of my career at the time, just like some of you are becoming to be at the apex of your academic careers. And for some of you, you're still searching. You're still wondering, what should I major in? Where does God want me to be? Where does God want me to serve? What does this look like? Sometimes I know you guys have more questions than we have answers for you. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to tell you a story that had a very profound impact on my life and a big reason why I'm here today in front of you. You see, I learned the concept about that last song about hold on to Jesus. I was faced with a situation where I had a choice to make. And I got to tell you, it was really, really weighing heavily, and that burden laying down on my shoulders pretty heavy. Next slide. So what I want to do is take you guys to 2006 in my life. At this time, I was the director of technology for a company in the fitness industry, and my sole responsibility was to look for new and innovative solutions to bring to the market to try to help people have better adherence to exercise. And at this particular photo, I'm actually adjusting the media right before we go on for a trade show. And at this time, I got to tell you, it's when God hit me the most. And I had felt at that time in my career that I thought this was it. I thought this is, where I'm supposed to be. And then something really wild happens. As I'm flying back from LA, after getting my sales numbers, which I achieved our goal for the year, which is a great thing, God was weighing heavy on my heart and saying, Guy, what if I have a bigger vision for you? And I'm like, a bigger vision? But God, you got me here. You got me in front of the media. There's 27 people in the industry listening to what I have to say. And God said, Guy, I want to tell you something. You need to trust me. You need to hold on to me because I've got something bigger for you. Next slide. So part of this time, I didn't realize that I was actually preparing myself for this job. I was actually involved in writing a lot of byline articles and putting information out to the industry, to professionals. Didn't realize one day that I may need those skills, especially for those of you who have me in class. You guys know all about that. Next slide. And then I learned this concept. As I'm feeling the weight on my shoulders, as I'm not feeling right, I'm feeling like on one hand I'm having success in what God called me to do. And now he's saying, hey, Guy, guess what? I want you to turn your life to significance. And of course, I'm like, what does that mean? Significance. That means, Guy, what I want you to do, rather than just helping the fitness industry create better solutions for all of us, what I'd like you to do is I want to give you a bigger vision. Okay, God, what does that look like? Well, you're going to have to go to training first. It's like, training? What does that mean? God says, you know what I want you to do? I want you to go enroll in the MBA program here at Missouri Baptist University while you're still working. Now, you can just imagine when I run this by my wife, Sheila. Sheila's looking at me like, honey, you want to do what? I said, Sheila, I can't explain it to you, but God has called me to be here. She says, well, maybe not Missouri Baptist. Matter of fact, why don't you go also apply to Lindenwood? I'm like, oh, okay, fine, I will. And I think there was a reason why she had me do that. Now I know today, I didn't know at the time. So I go, right? And I meet with Dean Thompson here. And you want to know what I was blown away with and how I knew that was of God? Because Dean Thompson wasn't impressing me about the academic programs, although they're excellent. What she was impressing me with is that, hey, Guy, I value you as a person. And more importantly, God loves you. And we have a culture here where we care about you and we care about your spirituality. And I'm like, wow, this is a huge departure from the business world that I roll in. So I enrolled in classes. I'm out at the Troy Wentzville Extension, and about 6 months into the process, God says to me this, I gotta read this to you, Romans 8:28. We know that God causes all things to work together for good to those that love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. And even though I'm not fully understanding why in the world I'm at Missouri Baptist University as a student, and then 6 months into the process of trusting God and saying, God, what is it you want me to do? He revealed this plan to me. And it certainly wasn't what I thought, because what I thought was going to happen, that maybe I'd teach a business course, maybe marketing. God says, Guy, you got too small of a vision. Next slide. God says, Guy, I have a wonderful plan for your life. And I'd like you to serve him by doing what you love to do and also doing what you're good at. And then God made it very apparent to me that there was 3 things I was supposed to do. I was supposed to be involved in teaching, service, and scholarship. And for those of you who don't know, at Missouri Baptist University, what we're all about is teaching, service, and scholarship. And then finally, God made it very apparent to me, based on an opening in the Health and Sports Sciences Division. I met with Dr. Greg Comfort, and we sat down, and I got a chance to feel the culture of Missouri Baptist University, what I call this family. And God led me here. And he led me here to help serve all of you, especially those that are involved in our Health and Sports Sciences program. And I got to tell you that this has been the absolute greatest thing that I've ever done. And it all started because I went to God and said, God, please tell me what you want me to do. You know my passions. You know what I'm good at. How can I use it to benefit you? And more importantly, live a life of significance and build the kingdom for you. And I got to tell you something. Dr. Dykstra said something in my first year here. This quote has stayed with me since fall of 2008. And it's this. And this is the message to you. Missouri Baptist University is a great place when things are going well. But I got to tell you something. It's even better when things aren't. Because I know that there's some people out here that are struggling with where they're going to go next. What's the next move? Some of you might be struggling with your classes. You realize we're at the midway point. Some of you are still struggling. For you seniors, what am I going to do once commencement hits? And what I wanted to do, next slide. What I wanted us to do is take a little time to reflect. Take a little time to reflect. And guys, if you're struggling with something, I want to tell you as a testimony to God that he will reach you right where you at, because he reached me. And he led me here to one of the most fantastic places on the planet. And I get the opportunity to be like here today in front of you, to bring his message, to bring his purpose, not mine. And I want to tell you, all I'd ask you to do at this point, guys, is just reflect on this next song. It's called Lay Your Burdens Down. And with it, we're going to have Nathaniel come up and sing it.
If your dreams have seemed to dry up like a sea that's slowly dying, if you need a hand to hold you, and no one is around, if the darkness overwhelms you and your fears are multiplying, you can lean on me and lay your burdens down. Find your rest in me and lay your burdens down. the road of life has led you to a place you have not chosen, if you need a hope to cling to, and hope just can't be found, if an angry wind has left you with a heart that's frail and frozen, you can lean on me and lay your burdens down. Put your trust in me and lay your burdens down. Lay them down, lay them down, lay them down, lay them If the ground your world is built on is feeling fragile and unstable, if the cares of life consume you and weariness abounds, come and lay the things that bow you on a back that's strong and able. You can lean on me, lay your burdens down. Come and rest in me, lay your burdens down. Lay them down, lay them down, lay them down, lay them down. You can lean on me and lay your burdens down. Come and rest in me and lay your burdens down.
Missouri Baptist family, if there's something going on in your life right now, I want you to know that you can hold on to Jesus and that you can lay your burdens down. And what I'd like to do right now is, if you would like to lay something that's laying heavy on your heart and you're feeling the weight of the world on your shoulder. It could be being fear of what's going to happen next with you, about your major, about graduating. Could be you're in a bad relationship, maybe you just got out of a bad relationship. There's a whole host of things. I certainly don't know what they are, but I know this. If you are feeling the weight of the world right now, I want to give you that opportunity to lay your burdens down to God. And what I'd like to do, if you'd like to do that, you can come down forward as we continue playing the song. We have cards right here. I don't want your names on them. All I'd like you to do is just write down what the burden is and lay it right here out front, right in front of the cross, and bring it to Jesus. Because then I'm going to pray for each and every one of you. So if that's something that you're feeling the weight of, we want to give you that opportunity to come forward and make the proclamation to God to meet you right now today and bring that burden and lay that down to Him so He can give you that peace. He can give you that peace that you so need.
Lay them down, lay them down, lay them down, lay them down.
Guys, if you take the first step, I can promise you, Jesus will meet you right where you are. You don't have to be perfect, but God will meet you right now, today.